When we think about kinetic art from the perspective even of contemporary artists, we always find our way back to Moholy-Nagy's light prop for an electric stage. It is one of the most significant works in the Busch-Reisinger Museum's collection. It is also one of the most misunderstood.
The question that I always receive is, what is it? And it's understandable because we see what looks like an abstract work of sculpture, but then beneath that sculpture, you see a motor. You see what looks like a bicycle chain. In fact, it is a bicycle chain because, of course, it's not just a sculpture. It's one of the oldest surviving works of electric kinetic art.
I think of the light prop as the culmination of many of Moholy-Nagy's ideas in the 1920s. So he really begins thinking about it in 1922, and only in 1930, on the occasion of the famous Werkbund exhibition in Paris, is he able to finally realize his kinetic light sculpture.
When it was originally debuted, it was outfitted with a box that fit over the machine. And inside the box was lined with colored light bulbs, programmed to blink on and off according to a pattern approximately 2 minutes in length. But for him, it was not merely an experimental lighting device. He also made it the subject of experimental photographs and even an experimental film.
We see throughout Moholy-Nagy's career his incredible commitment to this particular object. So he takes it with him when he leaves Germany during the Nazi period. The machine goes with him to Chicago, where he founds the new Bauhaus. It really is, in his own words, a kind of problem child.
The sculpture, non-operational and in a very poor state of repair, was installed in a hallway in the new Bauhaus, later known as the Institute of Design. There it might have stayed, but unfortunately Moholy-Nagy's career was cut short by illness. He died of leukemia in 1946 at the age of 51, only having recently become a naturalized American citizen.
The light prop came to the Busch-Reisinger Museum in 1956 from the artist's widow, Sybil Moholy-Nagy.
For about a decade, it was on view, but relatively unknown. Its fate really changed in the 1960s. In 1961, Pontus Hultén curated the first exhibition of kinetic art, and he requested the loan of the light prop, along with works by Jean Tinguely and Alexander Calder, and that really started a new chapter in its life. In 1967, for instance, it appears on the cover of Art in America to illustrate an article on the subject of light art, and it becomes really the poster child for what is a burgeoning movement of light and kinetic art.
One of the challenges of the museum is, how do you display this work? How do you encourage visitors to engage with it, to really understand the way that both Moholy envisioned the object and its fascinating history?
Once a month, we activate it to keep it in good working order and to allow our visitors to see it in motion. Here we have an artist who had the ambition and confidence to realize this incredible work of art, which represents a collaboration between engineers, draftspeople, mechanics and machinists, and not least of all, Moholy-Nagy's artistic vision to really use technology, use the machine, use electric light to create a new type of art that had never been seen before.